Hello everyone, welcome to Sai Niketan online classes. In the previous class, in applications of derivative, we have completed the application, that is increasing functions and decreasing functions. In this class, let us discuss the last application of the derivative, that is maxima and minima, or we will say that maximum and minimum of a function, right? So what is the meaning of maximum of a function and what is the meaning of minimum of a function? Or when we will say the function is having maximum value and when the function is having minimum value, right? So before discussing the words maxima and minima of a function, now let us give one example, or let us see one example for the students. The students here, I will take the four students A, B, C and D, right? So these are the four students. They are having the marks in the mathematics is having 72 marks, he is having 85 marks, and he is having a 95 marks, and he is having a 65 marks for out of 100 in mathematics, right? So now let us compare the marks of all these four students. By comparing the marks of all the four students, who is having more marks? So clearly we say that the student C is having more marks as compared to A, B and D. So he is having the more marks, hence the maximum marks is 95 by taking the four students. Okay, now what is the minimum marks for comparing all the students who is having the less marks? So clearly D is a student, is having the less marks, hence it is called the minimum marks, right? By comparing all the four students, C is having the maximum marks, that is 95, and D is a student, is having the less marks, that is 65, that is called minimum marks, right? Now we have to apply the same concepts for functions also, right? So now we have to take the function, and when the function is said to be maximum value and when the function is said to be minimum value, right? So before that, now let us take some graphs. So if it is a graph, so here I will take the graph x, here it is a y and here it is a origin. So clearly here I want to take one graph like this. So this is the graph, right? So clearly by seeing the graph, we will see that, or we will say that the function is maximum at point A and the function is having minimum at point B. So this is the maximum point and this is the minimum point, right? So now let us discuss how we say the mathematical definition for maxima and minima. So in this topic, first we will study maxima and minima. After that we will study local maxima and local minima. After that we will study what is mean by absolute maxima and absolute minima. Now we will study one by one. So in that first I will define maxima, right? So let f be a function defined on an interval I, then f is said to have a maximum value in I if there exists a point C in I such that the functional value at C is more than the functional value at X for all X belongs to I. So in that case, the number f of C or f of C is called the maximum value of f in I, and the point C is called point of maximum value of f in I. So this is the definition of the, or this is the mathematical definition of maxima of a function. So for this, so I will take the graph to clear the definition. So here y-axis, here x-axis, and here it is origin, right? Now here this is the interval. So this is the given interval. Here we'll take I. So this is the given interval, right? So this is the given interval. So here I want to take the one function. So this is the function. This function here I will call this as y is equal to f of x, right? So y is equal to f of x be a function in this interval from this to this, right? When we will say that this function is maxima, here I will take one point C. In this interval there exists one point C. That point we will call x equal to C. In this interval there exists one point C such that f of C is more than f of x for all x belongs to I. So while comparing all the values of x in this interval, the functional value at C is more. That is the meaning. So here I will take, if it is x equal to C, then what is the functional value? So here if you take, so this is the functional value, this is f of C, right? Now if you are having so many infinitely many real numbers in this interval, here also you are having x1 and here you are having x2, x3, like that. So if you take x1, x2, x3, so this is x1, this is x2, this is x3, here this gives the f of x1, this gives the f of x2, this gives the f of x3. Now tell me, as compared to f of x1, f of x2 and f of x3, which one is more? So clearly as compared to f of x1, f of x2, f of x3, so clearly f of C is more than all these. So simply I will take x. So therefore here for all x1, x2, x3, so here we will take x1, x2, x3, they are all belongs to x. For all x belongs to I means x1, x2, x3, x4, like that. For all the functional values, f of C is more. In that case, f of C, then f of C is called maximum value of f in I, and this point is called point of maximum value of f. So this is the definition of maxima of a function. So once again, so here this is the given interval. In this interval there exists one point x equal to C. So if it is x equal to C, and hence its functional value is f of C, as compared to all the functional values in this interval, f of C is more, hence f of C is called maximum value of the given function f, and this point x equal to C is called point of maxima. Okay, so comparing all the functional values f of x1, f of x2, f of x3, by comparing all the values f of c is more, hence f of c is called maximum value of f in I, and the point c, this point c is called point of maximum value of f in I, right. So this is the definition of the maxima of a function. Okay, next we will go for the minima, right. So minima of a function, this one. Okay, what is the minima of a function? So f is said to have minimum value in I if there exists a point c in I such that f of c is less than f of x for all x belongs to I. In this case, f of c is called minimum value of f, and the point x equal to c is called point of minimum, right. So for this, here we will take the graph x, here it is a y, and here it is a origin. Now to understand the minimum of a function, I will take the graph like this. So this is the graph y is equal to f of x, y is equal to f of x, and this is the given interval. So in this interval this function is defined. So in this interval, for this function there exists one point, that point is called x equal to c. Here if you take x equal to c, then what is the functional value? So clearly this is f of c. So clearly this is a f of c, right. If it is c, then it is a f of c. Now tell me, as compared to all the functional values, which one is less? So here if you take in this interval, if you take here it is x1, here it is x2, and here it is x3, right, here x4, like that. So here it is x2, x1, right, or here x1, x2, x3, right. So now tell me, here x1 is more than f of c, sorry, f of x1 is more than f of c, f of x2 is more than f of c, f of x3 is also more than f of c. Similarly, f of x pi, here I will take f of x pi and f of x6. f of x pi is more than f of c, f of x6 is more than f of c. It means that by comparing all the functional values in this I, f of c is less or f of c is the least. Hence f of c clearly less than f of x for all x belongs to I. For all x belongs to I means in this interval you take any number and take the functional value, and this functional value at c is always less than functional value at x for all x belongs to I, then f of c is called minimum value of f in I, and the point c, this point c is called point of minimum value, or here we will write this point is point of minimum value, right, and this f of c is called minimum value of f, So this is about minimum of a function and maximum of a function, right. So now let us see one more definition. So that is, f is said to have an extreme value. F is said to have an extreme value if there exists a point c in I such that f of c is either a maximum value or minimum value of f in I, then the number f of c in this case is called extreme value of f in I, and the point c is called an extreme point of extreme point. So this is about extreme value of a function. Extreme value means for a given function, the given function is either maximum value or minimum value. So such a functions, they are called extreme value in a given interval, right? So now let us discuss the local maxima and local minima. Before going to local maxima and local minima, first let us see some of the examples. So for a given function, how we have to find the maximum value and minimum value, right? So now let us discuss the some of the examples, right? So this is one example. So this is in your NCERT book, that is example 26. Find the maximum and minimum values if any of the function f given by f of x equal to x square for all x belongs to R. So clearly the solution is, so what are they given? F of x equal to x square for all x belongs to R, right? Now, so clearly what it represents? So clearly it is first we will go to the nature of the graph. X dash x o, here it is y, and here it is y dash. F of x equal to x square means it is a even power of x. It is a even power of x means it is a parabola and it is a symmetric about positive y-axis. So this is the function f of x equal to x square. Okay, right. So here we should find the maximum and minimum value of this function. So let us take the value of x as x approaches to infinity, or the value of x approaches to minus infinity. Either if you take the value of x up to infinity, and if you take the value x approaches to minus infinity, the functional value is go on increasing, right? So as x approaches to plus infinity or x approaches to minus infinity, f of x is having f of x approaches to infinity. So therefore for this function, the function is not having any maximum value, because as x approaches to infinity, the functional value is also increases. As x approaches to minus infinity, the functional value is also increases. So therefore either x approaches to plus infinity or minus infinity, the functional value is also increases. Hence f of x equal to x square is not having any maximum value. Okay, but if you take the minimum value but put x equal to 0, then what it becomes? F of x equal to x square, what is the value of x? 0. F of 0, hence it becomes 0. It means that if you take the value of x equal to 0, the functional value is also 0. It means that this function is having minimum value that is equal to 0, and point of minimum is x equal to 0. At x equal to 0, this function is having the minimum value. Now the point of minimum is x equal to 0. Is it right? So the same here I have explained. From the graph of the function f of x equal to 0, if x equal to 0, also f of x is more than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to 0. What is the meaning of this one? Whatever the value of x, either plus infinity or minus infinity, f of x is always more than or equal to 0. F of x is always more than or equal to 0 means the the functional value is increasing. It means that minimum value is 0 and this function is not having maximum value. 0, more than 0 means we will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So therefore, what is the minimum value? 0. The same they have written here, they have written. Therefore, the minimum value of f is 0 because it will start from 0 and there is no end. So therefore, and the point of minimum value of f is x equal to 0. Further, it may be observed that from the graph of the function f has no maximum value and hence no point of maximum value in R. So if you if you take the value of x either plus infinity or minus infinity, we are not getting the any maximum value in I, hence this function does not having any maximum value and also not having any point of maximum. Okay, right. We'll go to the next question. This. Okay. So the question number 27, right? So what they given? Find the maximum and minimum value of f if any of the function given by f of x equal to mod x for all x belongs to R, right? So clearly which function it is? So clearly this is a modulus function. We'll take the graph of the function or f of x equal to mod x for all x belongs to R, right? The graph of the function will take like this. So x axis, y origin. So the graph of the modulus function is always like this, f of x equal to mod x. Okay. So from the graph of the given function we have f of x equal to 0 if x equal to 0. If you substitute the value of x equal to 0, f of 0 at mod of 0 is equal to 0. So what is the minimum value? Minimum value is minimum value of f. Minimum value of f is 0 and point of minimum value, minimum is again that also 0. This is the value of x equal to 0. X equal to 0, the functional value is 0. Minimum value of f is 0 and the point of minimum is 0. So this is about minimum. Now let us discuss what about maximum. Okay. So therefore the function f has minimum value 0 and the point of minimum value of f is x equal to 0. Also the graph clearly shows that f has no maximum value in R and hence no point of maximum value in R. Okay. From the graph of this function, if you take x approaches to plus infinity or x approaches to minus infinity, the functional value is also increasing, right? So here also we are not getting any point of maximum value, hence we are not getting the maximum value of this function. This is due to if you take or the value of x approaches to plus infinity and minus infinity, the graph of this function is also tends to infinity. Hence this function is also not having maximum value, but this function is having a minimum value, that is 0 and the point of minimum value is 0. Okay. So and these are the two examples to know the given function is maxima and minima, right? So now let us discuss the exercise based on maxima and minima of a function. In exercise they have given the problems like problems on maxima, minima and local maxima and local minima, right? So here now I will discuss the problems only on maxima and minima. In the next class after discussing local maxima, local minima and absolute maxima and absolute minima, we will take the remaining exercise problems. Okay, now I will take the exercise problems. It is exercise 6.5, right? So in that main question, first one, find the maximum and minimum values if any of the following functions given by. So for these functions we should find the maximum and minimum values, right? So we already discussed maximum means we should get like this: f of c more than f of x for all x belongs to I, then f of c is called a maximum value in I. If f of c less than f of x for all x belongs to I, then f of c is called minimum value of f in I. Okay, now we will use the same definition to find the maximum or minimum value of these functions. Okay, the first one, so what are they given? So they have given like this: f of x equal to 2x minus 1 whole square plus 3. Okay, now we are going to find the maximum values and minimum values of these functions, right? So the solution is like this, solution. Okay, so here for f of x equal to 2x minus 1 whole square plus 3 means so 2x minus 1 whole square is always more than or equal to 0 for all x belongs to R. Is it right or what? So if you take the value of x is a real number, then this term is always more than or equal to 0, because in this bracket if you are getting the negative number, then the power is even. Negative number to the power even means we are getting the positive only. Negative to the power is even, then we are getting only positive. So therefore we will write like this: for all x belongs to R, 2x minus 1 whole square is always more than or equal to 0. Is it right? Now I will rearrange this function, right? Now I will rearrange this function by adding 3 on both sides. So therefore 2x minus 1 whole square plus 3 more than or equal to 0 plus 3. So here what I have done here, for this function or for this inequality I have added 3 on both sides. So therefore 2x minus 1 whole square plus 3, which is more than or equal to 3, because 0 plus 3 means 3. So what is the value of this one? So clearly this gives the f of x. F of x is equal to what? That is equal to 3. So the functional value of this function is more than or equal to 3. So what is the meaning of this one? So clearly the minimum value is 3. Minimum value of f is 3. Is it right? And it is, this function is more than or equal to 3 means what we are getting? So we are getting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to infinity, right? So clearly we are getting up to infinity means this function is having a no maximum value. Why it is not having any maximum value? F of x is more than or equal to 3 means minimum is 3, more than 3 means we are getting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to infinity, hence no maximum value, right? So here we have written like this. Okay, so to understand this one we will write like this: if f of x more than or equal to 3 means instead of 3 if I written f of c, right? So instead of 3 here I have taken f of c, then what it becomes? F of x is more than or equal to f of c. This implies how we will write f of c less than or equal to f of x, right? So you already know that f of c less than f of x, then for all x belongs to R, then f of c is called minimum. So therefore the same one, f of x is more than or equal to 3 means 3 is nothing but f of c. F of x is more than or equal to f of c means we will write f of c less than or equal to f of x. F of c less than or equal to f of x means f of c is the minimum. So therefore f of x more than or equal to 3, it means that 3 is less than or equal to f of x, hence minimum value of f is 3. Okay, and clearly this function is not having any maximum value. Okay, right. Now I will go to the second. Okay, this is the second question. This one. So here the second one is like this: f of x is equal to 9x square plus 12x plus 2 is there, right? So the solution. Okay, right. So I will rearrange this function like this. First I will rearrange the function. So this is the 9x is there, we will write like this: 3x whole square. Is it right? 3x whole square is nothing but 9x square plus here 12 is there. 12 we will write like this. So that is the 2 into 3x into 2 plus 2. Is it right or what? So just I have written this 12x like this. 2 into 3x means what? 6. 6x into 2 means 12. Okay, right. Again I will rearrange this one. Right, so this 12x I have written like this. Again I will rearrange. F of x is equal to 3x whole square plus 2 into 3x into 2 plus 2x square minus 2x square plus 2. Is it right? So what I have done here, add and subtract minus 2 square. Is it right? So again 2 square I have added and 2 square I have subtracted. Again if you take outside, then you are getting the same one, right? So again I will write like this. So therefore 3x whole square, this 2 square here I will write 2 square plus 2 into 3x into 2 and minus 2 square means minus 4 plus 2, right? Now it is in this form. So it is a square plus b square plus 2ab. So what is the formula? So therefore f of x is equal to, we will write like this. So this is 3x plus 2 whole square. I apply the formula up to this, and here it is minus 4 and plus 2. So it is the answer minus 2. So therefore the same function we have written like this. So that is a 3x plus 2 whole square minus of 2. If you simplify this one, you are getting the same function, 9x square plus 4. Here it is minus 2 is there, plus 4 minus 2 means 2 and 2ab, are getting the same. So this is the required function. After simplifying this one, we have got this one. Now for all x belongs to R, so 3x plus 2 whole square is always more than or equal to 0. Is it right? So in the interval R, if you take any real number and 3x plus 2 whole square is always more than or equal to 0. Okay. Now, so here we will write like this: 3x plus 2 whole square plus, or here we go, here what is the function, what is the value of f of x? 3x plus 2 whole square minus 2. I will subtract here 0 minus of 2. Is it right? Now, so this becomes 3x plus 2 whole square minus 2 is more than or equal to what? Minus 2. But what is the value of this one? The value of this one is f of x is more than or equal to minus 2. Again after substituting the value of f of x, we are getting like this. So here we will solve. So therefore f of x is more than or equal to what? Minus 2. F of x is more than or equal to minus 2. What is the meaning of this one? The functional value is more than or equal to minus 2. More than or equal to minus 2 means I will take minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. So clearly this function is having minimum value. Minimum value of f is minus 2. And what about is minus 2? What about the maximum? Again it is having no maximum. No maximum value of f, because f of x is more than or equal to minus 2. More than or equal to minus 2 means you are getting minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. So therefore the minimum value is minus 2. Maximum value of f is no maximum value. Okay, right. We'll go to the next question. Okay, the next question is this one. Third one. Right. Third one is f of x is equal to minus of x minus 1 whole square plus 10. Right. Solution. Right. We will write the solution for this one. Again, for all x belongs to R. For all x belongs to R, what is the value of x minus 1 whole square? Clearly it is more than or equal to 0. Because whatever the value of x, this term x minus 1, the power is even, hence we are getting positive only, right? Now in the functional we have minus. Now I will multiply minus 1 to this inequality. So what it becomes? Minus of x minus 1 whole square. This is less than or equal to 0. So here it is more than or equal to 0, and here I have written less than or equal to 0. Because for inequality, if you want to multiply or divide by both the side of an inequality by negative number, then the sign of the inequality is changes. So therefore here it is more than, after multiplying minus, here I got less than or equal. So therefore minus of x minus 1 whole square plus 10, which is less than or equal to 0 plus 10. Is it right? So both the side I have added the 10. Now what is the value of this one? So clearly it is f of x is less than or equal to 10. F of x is less than or equal to 10. Now you got in this form, that is f of x is less than or equal to 10, or simply we will write 10 is more than or equal to f of x. So clearly now it is in this form, f of c is more than or equal to f of x. So therefore what is the maximum value? So clearly maximum is 10, and clearly less than or equal to 10 means we are getting 9, 8, 7 like this. So clearly no minimum value. No minimum value. Is it right? Okay. Next we'll go to this function, that is the fourth one. So the fourth one, g of x equal to what? X cube plus 1. G of x equal to x cube plus 1. So see here, as x approaches to infinity, as x approaches to infinity, and g of x is also tends to infinity. So if you as x approaches to infinity, the value of x is approaches to infinity, then g of x is also approaches to infinity. So whatever the value of x, the value of x approaches to infinity, then g of x is also approaches to infinity. So therefore this function is not having any maximum value. Okay, now let us go to the next questions. This. Okay, right. Next, find the maximum and minimum values if any of the following functions given by. For all these functions, again we have to find the maximum and minimum values, right? So the first one is, so that is f of x equal to what? Mod of x plus 2 minus 1, right? So again here what we will write, for all x belongs to R, for all x belongs to R, mod of x plus 2 more than or equal to 0. For all x belongs to R, f of x plus 2 is more than or equal to 0. So again we will write like this, x plus 1 minus 1 is more than or equal to 0 minus 1. Subtract minus 1 on both sides. So therefore mod of x plus 1 minus 1 is more than or equal to minus 1. 0 minus 1 means minus 1. But what is the value of this one? So clearly it is a f of x. F of x is more than or equal to what? Minus 1. Now it is in this form. So now it is in this form, f of x is more than or equal to f of c. So therefore the minimum value, what is the minimum value? Minimum value is minus 1. Then what about the maximum? So clearly it is having no maximum value, no maximum value, because for all x belongs to R, the functional value is more than or equal to minus 1. More than or equal to minus 1 means we are getting 0, 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. So therefore it is having no maximum. Okay, now we'll take this one, the second one, right? So that is g of x is equal to mod of minus x plus 1 plus 3, right? So again here we have to apply the same, for all x belongs to R, mod of x plus 1 more than or equal to 0. So multiply minus of mod of x plus 1 less than or equal to what? 0, because after multiplying negative number to this, getting the less than, the sign of the inequality changes. So therefore minus of mod of x plus 1 plus 3 is less than or equal to 0 plus 3. Okay, what is the value of this one? So the value of this one is f of x is less than or equal to 3. Now we got f of x is less than or equal to 3. What is the meaning of f of x less than or equal to 3? So therefore what is the maximum? Maximum is 3. Maximum is 3 and it is having no minimum. Why it is having no minimum? Because the functional value is less than 3. Less than 3 means we are getting 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2 up to minus infinity means no minimum value. No minimum value. Okay, right. We'll go to the next question. Okay, third one, this one, that is h of x. H of x is equal to sine of 2x plus 5, right? Okay, now we know that sine 2x is lies between 1 and minus 1, right? The maximum value of sine 2x or sine x, sine 2x, sine 4x is maximum value is 1 and minimum value is minus 1, or sine 2x is lies between minus 1 and plus 1. Okay, now what is the functional value? 5. Now we will write like this, minus 1 plus 5 which is less than or equal to sine 2x plus 5 which is less than or equal to 1 plus 5. Is it right? So what is the value? Minus 4 is less than or equal to sine 2x plus 5 which is less than or equal to 6. So minus 4 is less than or equal to, this is what? F of x, and this is less than or equal to 6. So therefore here you should see that functional value, that is f of x is lies between minus 4 and 6. So clearly it is a minimum value, clearly it is a minimum, clearly it is a maximum, right? So minimum value is minus 4. Then what about maximum? Maximum value is 6. Maximum value is 6. Minimum is minus 4, maximum is plus 6. Okay, right. Next we will go to this function, that is fourth one, right? So again here we have mod of sine 4x plus 3, right? So therefore we will write like this. So we know that minus 1 is less than or equal to sine 4x and which is less than or equal to 1, or sine 4x is lies between minus 1 and 1. So therefore minus 1 plus 3 which is less than or equal to sine 4x plus 3 which is less than or equal to 1 plus 3, right? Next, so minus 1 plus 2, right? What is the answer? 2. 2 is less than or equal to sine of 4x, right, plus 3, okay, right? And here it is 4, right? Take mod on both side. Mod 2 is less than or equal to mod of sine 4x plus 3 which is less than or equal to mod 4. What is the value of mod 2? 2. 2 is less than or equal to, what is the value of this one? It is f of x which is less than or equal to 4. So clearly minimum is 2 and maximum is 4. Maximum is 4. Okay, right. Next, so the last one is fifth one. Okay, so which function it is? So clearly it is a linear function. H of x equal to, what are they given? X plus 1. So here what is the value of x? X belongs to open interval 1 and minus 1 and 1. Okay, so here we will write like this.